Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. And on this episode, we got some bad news and some good news. And then I got my shadow behind me right there. Say hi. All right, let's see what's going on. We got something new in our backyard shop. We got this frame pulling machine. Now in a previous video, and actually for the past few weeks, I was actually thinking about making a frame pulling machine, and this is the design that I was kind of going for. This design, as you can see, can be turned, you know, at the angle, to the side a little bit, to the angle. It can go this way, all the way to the side, do some side pulling. And then you got this one that tilts to about, I don't know, I want to say, what, 35, 40 degrees or so. My wife, she found this on Facebook Market. Somebody was moving out of state and they used this about 3-4 times or so, and they decided to sell it. Sold it to me for a pretty good deal. I think I picked it up for $2,200 or so. Retail is about 40, I think 4,500. Honestly, for $2,000, that's probably how much it would have cost me making one of these. So yeah, I feel pretty blessed because I couldn't find a frame machine for a while. Well, I mean, I did find a few, but they're about 2 to 3 months out. They charge about $2,500, $3,000, and for the same price, basically I have my own machine now and I can do pretty much any other projects that I need. So yeah, that's a blessing on its own. Now for the corner piece. Now the guy who had the T-bone van, he sold me the door for $300. You can see there's a kind of like an indent right here. I'll try to see if I can get that fixed, but pretty much the lock and everything else is straight, so except the outer skin. I can maybe work with that, but at least I'll have something to mount onto the van when I'm fixing the corner. So I made a deal with this guy, and I was gonna pick up a corner from him. We made a deal. I was gonna go pick it up for $700. He said he'll sell me the corner and the door for $1,000. I picked up the door, and then for whatever reason, he decided to sell it to somebody else. Kind of sucks. I was pretty much bummed out because I looked for corner pieces all over the state, in different states nearby, and nobody has a corner piece. And so yeah, I was pretty bummed out that he kind of, like, you know, did me dirty like that. And then magically out of the blue, we got another blessing. Friend of my wife's who orders flowers all the time for his wife. He parks his semi trucks at this truck stop where pretty much you rent the space and you can put anything you want on that space, and people store their cars there, their junk, whatever. And one of the guys that parks a truck there had a Sprinter van, and it was a blue in color. I was hoping for white, obviously, but you know, pickers can be choosers. So I found this van. Well, he found the van. So then I had to call the owner who rents out the parking spots. Then I had to find the owner of this van who parks there, and then got in touch with him, and then we made a deal for $600. He sold me this whole piece. We ended up cutting together, and we ended up cutting all the way to the passenger side, the whole cowl section. I was thinking of maybe cutting my van just over here somewhere, and then seeing what I need to replace right here, but we ended up cutting the whole piece. So I'm going to probably go ahead and replace this whole section, and that's going to be nice and straight. So that's going to be something to go off of, you know, because I don't know how much the whole section went in. So I'll be able to replace the whole thing. And obviously everything over here, I'll need to replace all this stuff over here. Frame rail I will not need, but I'll see how far I'm going to go right here. I might just replace this section right here. I might not touch this, but maybe I'll replace this section because mine is all bent over here. So I'll see how bad it is. So it feels like I got blessed here left and right with the pull machine and then the corner section. So I have all the parts that I need to actually start on the van. So now that I got the behind the garage somewhat cleaned, and I still have to work on the stuff over here, but this is where I wanted to put the van. I'm gonna kind of pull it in as much as I can until it's touching the roof, and then I'll have a spot to work on, and then I'll be able to see if I'll need to remove this post over here, because I'll be pulling kind of this way and that way. So I'll see how much room I'll have to work with, but that's not a big deal because I can adjust. I can pull the van as much as I need to or back up and kind of see how much room we have. So I'm gonna roll the frame machine over here, just put it on the side, and then we're gonna put the van in and see how much room we have to work with. It's pretty much going to be a nice little spot in the shade, you know, in this 100-degree weather. It's going to be perfect. And you got the fence right here kind of blocking from all the people seeing what's going on here, because in the driveway it was kind of like, you know, you're doing stuff and everybody that's walking by, driving by, they see what's going on. So that's what we got. That's kind of as far as I wanted to go. It would have been nice to go a little bit further in, but then you got this pole right here, and that's going to be blocking the door. So I put it in just enough to pretty much open the door, get in, and do everything else that I need. All right, so the next step is I'm going to go ahead and start removing all of this stuff that I don't need, and then once everything is removed inside and outside, then I'm going to go ahead and jack up the van and slide this thing underneath and clamp it down, and we're going to see pretty much where I'm going to clamp it down, and then get the angles and go from there. I pretty much took apart everything on the nose so I can have easier access to this corner piece. And I installed the frame pulling machine, and I just kind of put it in there, clamped it down to the lips on the bottom here. So it's holding up right there on the bottom, and then one that goes all the way to the other side. And then I actually want to move it in a little more because this piece is supposed to press against something on the bottom here, because I did try to pull a little bit just to kind of see how it worked out. It pulled out this section a little bit here, so I got it a little bit because it was more crunched into here, so I was able to pull it out this way with this lever right here. I basically went this way like that to the side, so I was able to pull that out a little bit. And the wheels were coming off the ground a little bit just because it was pulling and going up a little bit, and there was not much support. That's why this is made. So basically you put this a little bit lower, a little bit more in onto the underneath the vehicle, and then you spin it out. Maybe put some 4x4s or whatever, so you can have some support over here, so it doesn't go up. It depends on the pulling angle. So yeah, I didn't record that part just because it was kind of late and I was trying to hurry up and just test it really quickly, so it's not too late, too loud. But let me give you guys a quick little example before I continue working on other stuff. I got the foot pump and I got this DeWalt compressor picked up. It's kind of small for this kind of job, so it's going to be pumping a lot of air, but I'm going to go ahead and try it out, use this and see how it's going to work out. Started lifting a little bit, but it would be, yeah, that's why I need to have this support somewhere, press it against suspension or whatever, and then I'll be able to pull a little more, because the harder I pull, the higher this goes. That's why I need to figure something out here and push this frame back a little more so I can have more support, at least over here somewhere. Maybe put some 4x4s or whatever, be able to have more support there. But from pulling from yesterday, I was able to pull a little bit out. So I mean, honestly, I don't think I'm gonna get any more out of this one. So, but let me pull to the side a little bit because I want to get this bulge out, push it this way. But I will have to cut a piece off here so I can get the lever in here, the blue lever, to push it out this way and see how that plays out. Got something. It'd be nice to have a longer one to grab all the way over here, but I don't think I'll be able to reach all the way in there. I mean, I was able to pull out more than I need. Obviously, it would have to be like right here, but this corner just was not going. And I was basically just pulling and hammering, and I was able to get at least this corner somewhat, somewhat leveled. And then right here on this side, now I got the spot welds right here, this one and that one. They're not as scrunched in there, so it'll be easier to remove those spot welds after I remove this outer skin right here. So no matter how bad this corner looks, I do want to save the firewall. I don't want to cut into the firewall. I don't want to do anything over here, obviously, because I don't want to have any seams or anything going on here, because unless there's a spot weld right here somewhere, I'll look on my other piece in a second, but unless there's a spot weld right here section, I don't want to touch it. This section, I don't mind replacing the whole thing because I'll be removing the glass anyways, and there's spot welds on top of here and on the inside underneath the dash, because I'll be removing the dash as well. So that I don't mind replacing because I'll have a nice straight piece all the way over here, and then off of that I'll be able to line up everything else. Donor piece that I have, this is the top that I will be replacing, and then it looks like it is a piece that I might be able to replace if I really need to. Once I get the dash out, I'll see how bad it is on the inside. So for now, this is what I got. I'm gonna adjust the frame, machine more later on. I'm gonna start tearing down the interior and the dash and all that stuff on the next video, and then I'll be able to tackle this more. start removing the outer skin, drilling out things, pulling out things, and then see how much we're gonna need to replace. So guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.